Hello, my stitchy friends. Welcome back. Happy New Year. My name is Laura. You found Lala D Stitches, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Today's episode will be a WIP Parade. I have a literal laundry basket of WIPs to share with you, so I'm excited to dive into it. It is going to be a bit, if you've been with me, okay, rewind. They say third time's a charm, but this is my fourth time trying to start these. And my words are just stumbling. I'm going to blame it on migraine hangover, because it's been a heck of a weekend. But also, I might just be a little scattered in general. Anyways, yeah, today's a WIP Parade. I have lots to share. I don't know what I was going to say. It's gone like a poof in the wind. How about I just do a little introduction? I am Laura. I have been quilting and cross-stitching and doing an array of crafty things since I was a child. I have been doing floss tube for about, is it 3 years now? Woof, that's amazing. You guys are amazing. Thanks for being here with me. Is that real? I don't remember. I think it is. Wow. Anyways, so yeah, 3 years of floss tube. So I've done a couple of WIP parades in the past, and they have been the full shebang-a-lang. Today is going to be a little bit abbreviated. And let me tell you why. So, we've seen all of my Christmas and autumn stuff in the last month, pretty much. So I'm not going to do any autumn, Halloween, or Christmas. And part of that's because we've seen it. Part of that is because I have been known to do 4-hour WIP parades because I cannot not chatter. And then also I haven't done a floss tube in several weeks. So I didn't really want to show what I will be showing my first floss tube of the year in my WIP parade, because it would kind of take the place, right? So stay tuned for a floss tube, because that'll be coming in the next week as well. And that will be our more regular routine. Also, my introduction turned into an itinerary. I don't know how that happened. I think it's because I love talking about cross stitch, but I don't really like talking about myself. I don't know. Anyways, husband, dog, human, crafter. I love to hike. I love to read. I like to watch K-dramas. You know, I'm a cool person. I'm glad you're hanging out with me. Let's just dive into the cross stitch. Yes. Okay, so I kind of have them stacked in an order. I have gone through every single one of my WIPs in the last couple weeks, and I've made a complete catalog of all that I have going on. So as I mentioned, we're not going to do any autumn or Christmas WIPs in this WIP parade, but then I've also left out, you know, a few fancy ladies, a few full coverage kits and stuff. This is really the stuff I want to work on. So I would like to get stitches. 2025 was an interesting year. You always go into it with big dreams and hopes and plans, and I wound up abandoning pretty much all of those relatively quickly, within a couple months. And we just went pirate rules on the whole world, and it was what I needed to do, and it was fun, and it was good. But it made it so that 2025 was not a year that I touched all of my WIPs. And so I actually vacillated a lot about whether or not to even do a WIP parade because of that. Because I was like, I don't know, I haven't worked on a good portion of these. It's just going to be an echo of last year's WIP parade at this point. But I've been watching a lot of WIP parades and I thoroughly enjoy them. And I'm not the only one who has projects that have not been touched. So I have a lot of projects. I love that. I love bouncing around. I love starting new things. So yeah, we're just going to dive into it. So this is what I've got going. It's what I hope to work on, and we'll kind of talk about those things briefly as we go through each project. We'll see. I always say, oh, I'm going to make it quick. I'm going to just do a quick one. I'm not going to chitter chatter, but we'll see. I'll see how much I actually do, because my intro is 6 minutes long already. So it's probably a lost cause. Let's see, where can I put my basket? Otherwise I'm going to be turning and going down all the time. It is what it is. I'm just going to reach down for projects. Okay, so WIP parade. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. I have them. I'm sorry. This is probably the most scattered. Okay, deep breath. We're going to start with spring. Start with spring. This is a project I hope to have done this week, but it's not, and that's okay. So this is Rose Fairy by Soda Stitch. It's my first Soda Stitch. I have a second pattern from them. Sorry, we're having the most gorgeous sunrise this morning. It's like, it's so good. Anyways, Soda Stitch. I have a second pattern by them, but I have to finish this one first. It's so cute. I think it's the little bookshop one. Anyways, it's been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I definitely started stitching it the wrong direction on my fabric, which is a 14 count opalescent Ada. And I'm stitching with 2 strands of floss. And you can see last time I was, well, you can sort of see. Last time I was stitching, I was starting to fill in the white of the tummy on this sweet little bird. It's so cute and truly has been a fun project. There's quite a bit of backstitch to do, and I'm trying to decide how many of the roses I want to do. Because it's going to definitely encroach more on my edges than originally planned. Anyways, that's my bad. I should have paid more attention when I was putting those first stitches in. Oh well. So cute though. Her face will be even cuter once it has backstitching in it. Okay. Next one is Moggy Manor by the Blue Flower. I love Blue Flower designs. And last year when I think it was last year. Did I start it last year? I should have a card here. No, I started it in 2024, but I didn't do much. And so last year I had, in 2025, sorry for the glare, you guys. I had hopes of completing all of my borders on my various stitches. And that was one of those things that kind of fell by the wayside with the pirates, but it got a good couple of months and I did make progress. So I have the border complete on this, and I think I did another bird or two, something like that. Anyways, so cute. This is being stitched on 14 count Ada by Bestitch Me. The color is mocha. It is gorgeous. I would take a yard of this in a heartbeat. It's so beautiful. And I am editing my my chart, my version of it. So I've brought this bottom scallop up to where it will meet right below the grass. And I'm just going to do that much. Because this felt like a memorial piece for Kit Kats, and I don't have any Kit Kats to memorialize. So I'm just going to take them out, as cute as they are, looking at their little fish in the pond, and do the birds in the house. And I guess there's still a Kit Kat up there, but so cute, so fun. I love this one. Beautimous. Oh, don't fold it, because you're going to want to take pictures, Laura. Yeah. All right. This next one was one of my favorite spring stitches last year. It was a new start. This is May Iris by Luca S. I swapped out the fabric on it. I'm stitching on a 32 count linen Water Lily by Quilts with the called for flosses. It is so gorgeous. I can hardly wait to get this out again. I am a seasonal stitcher, so I don't typically, I won't say 100%. Anytime you speak in finites, you're bound to turn yourself into a liar, right? But I typically don't stitch on anything out of season. The occasional Christmas in July stitches. I've flirted just about every year with the idea of like a Christmas project on the 25th and a spooky project on the 13th or 31st or something like that. But more often than not, I'm just in season. Last year was a bit funky though. I definitely flirted with kind of anticipating the seasons a little bit more, and that was fun. That was fun. So we'll see what this year brings. I'm not committing to any hard and fast rules this year yet. Spring Traditions sampler. This was a new start last year. I am stitching it on an unknown linen. I'm fairly confident it's a 32 count. This is beautiful buttery cream ivory. It's so cute. It's so pretty. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love it. I can hardly wait. I mean, I was about to say this is my favorite house, but every single house is charming in its own way. The quilts on the line, the little cows, the duck pond, the tulips and kind of cottage stonework, and they're all cute. There isn't a bad house in this project. It's just darling. I also have my first one of this series by Tiny Modernist was it was originally called Ode to Autumn, but I think she's changed the name since she released it. It was originally in a magazine, which is how I got it. And then she released it a year or two later as a pamphlet pattern. And I think she changed the name. I'm not sure what to. Autumn Traditions, perhaps? That could make some sense. Anyways, but there are now all 4 seasons. And I would love to... The summer one has a lighthouse, which I am a sucker for. And the winter one would just be fun. I'm pretty sure it has a horse-drawn sleigh. Horse-drawn sleigh. Anyways, that'd be super fun to do all of them. This one I started 1,000 years ago and just fell off the wagon. Hello Spring by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I don't know why. I lost enthusiasm for it. It's not big. It would be done really quickly if I just focused on it. Probably a couple days, 2 or 3 days of stitching. Because I've got the bones in. Give the leaves some life. Put in those butterflies and a few flowers. It definitely is stitching up dustier. That may have been part of it. Dustier than the picture. But I don't have all of the colors in yet, so it might just be one of those color play illusions. Anyways, it's cute. I love this fabric. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sure it's a Picture This Plus. It's a Scrapper Dapper. Anyways, I should just pull it out this spring and bust it out. Just get it done. This was a new start last March. The Enchanted Garden. I wanted to start this in 2024, but I wound up moving right through basically spring. And so I didn't do almost any spring stitching in 2024. So I made up for it last year. And it's delightful. It's so interesting. This one again, I mean, we're going with it, right? Because brown mushrooms are great. But in the picture, it reads very red. And I'm wondering if it's one of those things, though it is very brown, if it will, our perception of the color will shift at all. If not, it's fine. Brown mushrooms are cute, but anyways, it's cute not either way. This is being stitched on 28 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. It's really pretty. She's so sweet. So cute. I love that one. I love fairies. Little magical spring scenes. Okay. This was an impulsive start. All my starts are impulsive. What am I saying? I feel like starting something, so I do. Why wait? I could die tomorrow. All right. Spring Picnic by Bog Dragon Crafts. That is really cute. I got it on Instagram, or not Instagram, Etsy. But it looks like they also have a Ko-Fi shop at Bog Dragon Crafts, if I can speak. Anyways, I think it's super cute. I loved the colors. I was really needing fresh, happy colors in my heart. So I started it on this very soft mint Lugana, which I'm fairly confident is a Stitch Me, but I have no additional information. Anyways, started on that top corner where the tulip vase is. I can hardly wait to get down into that watermelon. And for some reason, that jar of jelly, it's just, and those cute little chicks, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Pretty solid start. Sometimes my starts are a grand total of 15 stitches, so that's pretty good for me. I'm always impressed when somebody goes on Instagram and they're like, oh, just a small start, but they have, 500 stitches in. I'm like, you're rocking it. Okay, Prairie Sunrise by Carolyn Manning. I've always wanted to do one of her designs. And when she came out with this bouquet collection, I don't know, something about the shaping and the colors, it's just so good. So good. So I'm stitching it on a smoky white cassia linen, which I'm pretty confident is the white version of Vintage Country Mocha. It's a printed linen. But it's good. I love it. I remember really enjoying working on it, though it's been a minute. I believe this is where we start transitioning into my summer projects. Yeah, I consider this one a summer one. I don't know why, just because I can. All right, a couple of patriotic stitches. Flag Flock by Plum Street Samplers, Glare and all. So cute. I love the swirly sheep. And all the floating details are so fun. I started it doesn't matter when I started it. So pretty. So this is on 32 count Feldspar by Picture This Plus, which is one of my favorite Picture This Plus linens. It is gorgeous. It is so pretty. I'm also stitching Earth Angel on this one, and which is a Mirabilia. I don't know if it's in the parade or not. We'll see, won't we? Once I get to Fancy Ladies. We're not there yet. Oh, I am doing a color conversion on this. So this is not the color for colors. It's just because it's what I had in stash. And I do that a lot outside of kits, where I just pull what I have. I don't have a vast collection of floss, but I have a big enough one that I can source from it, and I'm grateful for that. I don't have an information card for this, but I know it's America's Welcome by Plum Street Samplers, and this looks like, I don't know, but it's pretty. Weird little bones. I'm sure those are windows in a house or something. I think it's one of those situations where I started in the center and then I was trying to build out to places and use the floss that was on the needle, but it sure looks funny sitting there. It's like Morse code or something. Anyways, I love this one. There's a pelican in this design. It's so good. I'm definitely gonna get more stitches in on that for sure. I mean, I could say that on all of these because I've pulled out what I want to work on, right? Beautiful morning. Okay. High Tide by Rosewood Manor. This is my first Rosewood Manor, and it is, I bought it when we were down in Florida, which it was not my first time being to Florida, but my first time being to the Atlantic Ocean. So that side of Florida. I'd always been in the Gulf before, and in the past, rather, I should say. Anyways, so this is a pretty exciting. I saw it on the wall and I was like, yes, that, all of that, everything just like that. So I'm using the called for floss, the called for fabric, which is this amazing ombre. And this is where I am. I know I worked on this, but I don't think it was quite as much as I thought I would get. You know, that's just how last year went. I was like, I'm going to get the whole top half of this project done. 3 shells. The fabric is called Midnight Mermaid by Under the Sea Fabrics, if you're curious. It's just the called for, so it's on the pattern. It's beautiful. And it goes darker. So, and then the lighter portion, of course. Up at the top. So pretty. I don't know if you can see, but it's got all these cryonics in it. They're shimmery. Gives it magic. My hair is going to get fuzzier the longer we do this because the air is, I don't know, we've got pretty high humidity because we've actually had some rain. We have not had snow since Thanksgiving. It's very strange. In Utah. Oh well, hopefully it will come. Anyways, but my hair is just like, whatever. And if it starts touching my face too much, I have a clip because it will drive me crazy and I won't stop talking about it. And I don't want to bug you guys. Comfort Lighthouse by Carriage House Samplings. This was originally a stitch along. I am the lingering stitcher in our trio that it was open to everybody. We'll call it a start along. I have an excellent start on this. I also bought this while we were in Florida, and it's being stitched on 36 count Dune, a funky little corner of it by Fiber on a Whim. and I did a conversion from stash because it called for, I think it was MPI silks. I don't have, it just has these enticing little advertisements on the back. But yeah, I just pulled overdyed flosses from stash. Cute. I love it. I love it. I would love to finish this one this year. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. My head makes a big difference these days. But, you know, we'll see. We'll figure out what's going on. This is an oldie because it had an error and I abandoned it like a hot potato. Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. It's part of the Magical Mystery Tour series. I have done Yellow Submarine and Octopus Garden. Loved stitching them. Started on the house and flubbed the roof, which I didn't realize until I was in the house and it was not correct. So you can see I've started to pull it out. And I think I've decided that I'm going to pull this line out and stitch the body of the house accurately, because everything here is accurate. The roof is just one stitch too wide. I'm going to fudge it. It's going to be fine. There's a little bit of space. It's going to be grand. It's going to be fine. This is something Ada 16 count maybe. I tea dyed it. I think it was a tea dye on this one. It's super wrinkly. Just gives it character. I did press it. Okay, haven't worked on this one in a hot minute either, but I would love to. This is Summer Tier. Oh, excuse me, Celebrate Summer. I can make up names for everything. But that's not helpful to you. By Madame Chantilly. It is so cute. And I saw a couple years ago, I'm pretty sure it was while I was living in Seattle, somebody who I'll never remember had stitched many of these, and she had them on the wall in a row. I'm not saying I want to do that, but they sure looked dang cute up there. Anyways, I have the piddliest start. Ooh, ah. Cute. The fabric is beautiful though. It is My Little Dove, 32 count My Little Dove by Xju Design. And yeah, it's lovely. Really pretty gray. Very soft. It would be lovely to have more than a gray tee. That'd be awesome. We'll get there. It'll happen. Anyways, super cute. Cute series. I love the Valentine's Day one. I mean, they've got a plethora of tiers. Okay, next. This is Summertime Magic by Flossie Fox Shop on Etsy. And my sister started it, so I wanted to start it too. Stitching it on a 14 count Ada by Atomic Ranch. The color is Spooky Purple. It's a bit more blue than purple, but I get where it's coming from. Definitely a purpley undertone. Anyways, love that dragon. I'm really excited to get into the top half because it has that whale and the moon, and it's so cute. So cute. Call for DMCs. I'm stitching with 2 strands. I stitch with 2 strands more often than not. If I forget to say it, because it's one of those details that might slip through the cracks. But yeah, typically I stitch with 2 strands. I just like it, and I'm comfortable with it. I'm experimenting Well, anyways, that's a whole nother thought there. We'll talk about that in the next episode. This is a beautiful black and white photo of my pattern. It's from Little Room in the Attic. And her patterns are not currently available, but she used to have an Etsy shop and I love her work. Here is where I am. I believe it's called Watercolor Landscape. I don't actually have it has the designer's name on the photo, but not the pattern name. But I think it's called Watercolor Landscape. Anyways, you've got the mountains and the brush down below, and I need to add in the sky and the water pretty much. This is another one that doesn't take a lot of time, really, necessarily, but there's a lot of blended threads, and you definitely have to pay attention to where you are. I've gotten lost a few times, but it's gorgeous. And I would love to have this done so I could hang it up, because it's just one of those, I don't know, it's artwork. It's gorgeous. Oh yeah, I don't know what the linen is on that. Big, loose, open, something, mystery. Okay, this next one, I did not stitch on at all last year. Summer at the Shore. But we'll get stitches on it this year. It's so good. I love a lighthouse. I love a seagull. I do not have this fabric written down. I have these little postcards. Really helpful information. Ugh. I'm just using the called for flosses so far on this one. I think I have swapped out what the red will be just because of what I had in stash. But beyond that, I'm pretty sure it's called for. He's a very handsome seagull who needs more stitches. Love, love, love. What is that fabric? It's really pretty. I would like to know. Helpful. Okay, this next one, if I remember, I'll insert a picture of what it looks like fully finished. It's called Estate, I think is how it's said, but it's basically summer. Is the name. It's by Sarah, I believe is the designer. And it's big, large and in charge. I adore the border. You see it okay? Anyways, she's a biggie. I think I started on 28 count. I don't know the color of this. It looks kind of sandy, but it might not be. It's definitely a picture this plus, I would guess. Anyways, it's beautiful though. Who cares if it's big? So, so pretty. Stitch a little bit on it every year. I'll be 80 when it's done. That's okay. This is an old Sunset kit called Honey Bear. I stitched a companion piece for this when I was a teenager, young teenager. It lives in my bedroom now, and I've had this kit since way back then. Just started it last summer. And here is my start. It got a few days. I swapped out the Ada for this even weave of mystery. Do I have more information? No. Oh wait, yes I do. Fiber on a Whim, Lugana, Affogato. It's a 28 count. It's nearly identical to the Ada that came into it as far as color goes. Very close. I didn't really want to you know, I didn't really want to change anything because you can see in the house, the fabric becomes part of the design. So the color needed to be basically the same, but I liked the idea of not stitching on the Ada, so I switched it out. Anyways, there she is. It's so cute. Clunk. All right, next. This one, I'm determined. This one will get it finished this year. It's so good. I've been working on it for a hot minute. So, Hive Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. You've seen it before. I swapped out the fabric from a white to Seraphim Linen Sunflower Fields. It's a 32 count. And I've been doing like a panel every year for it. Oh good, the sun is going to blind us. All right, sorry beautiful morning. Oh no, now we'll have lines. Oh no, is that too dark? We'll play with it for a minute. We can always adjust. I'll miss my view. The clouds went away. Okay, so this is where I am, Seraphim Linens. I just have 2 more sections. So I have this half, this section, these 2 sections. Anyways, I think it would be, you know, if I did 1 section a month, I could totally finish it this summer. It's so cute though. Called for flosses. Need a little more light. Excuse me, Mr. Sunshine. Hopefully, oh no, now we have lines. You know, we're trying. What if I do that? No, that's still lines. I'm sad. Okay, it's fine. The lines are distracting. They're distracting to me. Okay, that's that. Could the clouds come back, please? Okay, I'm not gonna be able to, sorry, it's gonna be a little dark. It's gonna be a little dark. I can't handle the direct light though. Washes things out and it hurts my head. Okay. I feel like a cave monster. Garden Sampler by Carriage House Samplings. I would love to finish this one too. I'm close. And I think when I was looking at this, I figured if I could add a motif a month, which isn't that much, I could finish it really quickly. So you'll see I've got the top half completed, and then I've got the vines, the bones in for the rest of it. I've even established the bottom. Just missing like 1 letter. Oh, that's funny. That must have been a floss or a counting thing. Anyways, missing 1 letter and a whole bunch of cute little pictures. So pretty much have just the fun stuff. This is on 27 count even weave from Bestitch Me called Lunar. I bought this piece as an audition for something. I don't remember what anymore, but it wound up not being what I wanted to use, so it was perfect for this. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. The colors are just so happy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. Trying to find the line between moving efficiently and not feeling harried. Farm Life by Little House Needleworks. This was a new start last year, and I just loved it. I was really into, you know, the little animals in pictures and, I don't know, cozy traditional scenes, if you will. Stitching this on a vintage country mocha, 32 count, I believe. We'll never know. That's where I am. It's so sweet, those little birds. I love it. So cute. I really like Little House Needleworks designs. They've got a vibe and I'm here for it. Yeah. Okay. This one is a free pattern from Owl Forest Embroidery. Summer in the Village. This was a new start last year. And I was just working on that big greenhouse. Didn't quite get it finished. I squirreled to something else, but a good start. I am using a floss conversion from Stash. They do give you a DMC option, I believe. But I like the overdyed movement, the variegation. And so I have just worked with what I had and tried to recreate what they did with their flosses. So cute, so lacy and delicate, and yeah, I like it muy much. That's another one that has really cute animals that'll be fun to get to. Okay, this one comes from a book called Cross Stitch Happy Days. It's a series of little bug motifs. If you don't like bugs, look away for a second. But they're so cute and the colors are so happy. And I have this idea of stitching them and then cutting them apart and using them as a center motif or an alternate block or something in a small wall quilt. I'm going to do 6 to 9 of them, which will be fun. There are 12 total. It's one for each month, but I'm going to do my favorites, basically. That's where I am. I'm stitching on a 28 count cream linen. Simple, simple. They're fun. This would be a good one to get the borders in, because then I could just fill in the blocks when I'm in the mood for it. I should start doing that border thing again. It was good. It was, yeah, it gave me a good sense of accomplishment. Let's put it that way. Okay, Fancy Ladies. We're leaving summer and going into the Fancy Ladies. I have chosen 6 to work on, and my idea is that each Fancy Lady will get 2 months. Last year, I was not in a Fancy Lady mood. I didn't work on any until, with the exception of Earth Angel, I didn't work on any until Christmas time. Fall, Christmas time, somewhere in the later months of the year. It's got water damage. That's sadness. I don't remember that. Anyways, so I've chosen 6. And we'll just see what I can get done in a couple months. And that doesn't mean that they'll be the sole project, because I work on, 10 to 15 projects a month typically. Because I'm awesome. This is where I am. It looks like a caterpillar. This is, I should show you the pattern, Blossom. So I think I just did a center start when I started her. And this fabric is gorgeous. It's Fabrics by Stephanie. It's an Aida, 14 count Aida. It's called Bliss. And it is so beautiful. Anyways, she's just, the colors are going to be gorgeous on this. So, so pretty. Such happy colors. I love this project. Yeah, so I don't remember what month I assigned her. I kind of have in my head approximately when they'll be worked on. That one might be February. We will see. This one I'm going to shoot for a finish on. I wanted to finish her last year and just did not. All I have is the arch, the beads, and the bottom part of the blanket. So, I mean, still a good amount of work, but really doable. If she gets a couple of months, and even if she just got a day a month, that's over a week of stitching on her. And that should be enough with focus to get her going. Jade never films right. It's a bit more vibrant than you're seeing. It's very grayed in the screen, but it's gorgeous. She's so pretty. Called for flosses on all of my fancy ladies. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I love this one. When I found this pattern on Etsy, I was thrilled. I was so excited. This is the Fairy Moon. It's one of her older designs. It's from 1993. And I love her. I love her. She's so pretty. So I started her on 32 count Macbeth. I don't have any more information than that, I fear. But it's a gorgeous, plummy lavender. It's so pretty. And of course, this one shows a bit bolder than it actually is in person. It's a bit more gentle, but it's gorgeous. It's so, so pretty. My massive start here. Just the front of her skirt, it looks like, or dress. Yeah. Anyways, I've stitched Stargazer, and this felt like a really appropriate companion piece, even though it has totally different vibes. But it's gorgeous. I love it. And I'm excited to get some more work in on her. That will be good. Okay, this one is my smallest Mira start. I think I'm going to show you. It's actually a lavender and lace, so it's Nora Corbett's mother designed this. Queen Anne's lace. I saw her right after we moved to Utah. I went to Shepherd's Bush, and they have a sample of her on the wall. Spectacular. She's gorgeous. She took my breath away. So I immediately went on the hunt for the pattern. I don't remember if I bought the pattern there. I may have. Anyways, got some fabric, put in 20 stitches. Ooh, ah. I don't even know which way it goes. Probably this way. Beautiful. I actually love this linen though. It's just a something. I don't have the information here. Sorry guys. Helpful. Anyways, I'm excited to get more in her than a boring white rectangle. So she's so elegant, and most of the detail in her skirt is a gold thread, and it is so good. And all of that background, full cover. I mean, she's full coverage. She's a beast. She will take time. She didn't get any love last year, so we'll give her some love this year. See what we can do. All right. Earth Angel, another lavender and lace. She's beautiful. She was my New Year, New Start 2 years ago. And I just pull her out when I want something peaceful to stitch on, honestly. She's on that feldspar again. So good. I think last year I added the hair and the beginning of her wing. She's so beautiful. It's gonna be good. Gonna be good. I'll probably work on the wing, get going on that white, because she's got some foliage around her, and then the earth. Those will be the most fun to stitch. So we'll do the subtle elements first, because they'll take focus and be a little bit more tedious. Magic in their own way, but you know, it's different. Running over, man. Look. All right, Enchanted Aurora. I feel like I've pulled out more than 6. Yeah, this is an extra. This is one that may or may not get work. I would like to work on her. She's gorgeous. Joan Elliott. I love everything. I love everything about it. End of statement. I'm stitching her on 28 count Phantom by Picture This Plus, which is this Aurora Borealis Spectacular. It is, can you see it? It's got the green and the purple, and I mean, it's the perfect complement to this pattern, this chart, in my humble opinion. Maybe not so humble. I love it. I love it so much. I'm trying to get it to show. That's pretty good there. I have gotten lost several times in her skirt. It's been slow going. I know there was some ripping at one point. The effect is completely worth every minute of it though, because it's just washing out. But can I get that to show? I don't know. That's better-ish. Raving review. Better-ish. Anyways, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. We'll see. I've been working on a different wintry maiden. So we'll see if I get like really hooked into that, or if I want to switch off in a couple weeks and work on her through January. We will see. Anything is possible. But February is claimed with this next one. We're moving into my Alice section. There's only a few of them, but they get their own section because they have their own vibe. And I love them. I love Alice in Wonderland. This is Bella Filipina's The Mad Tea Party. And I'm just about done with her body, about ready to give her some shoulders and a head. This is being stitched on Busy Izzy Ada, 14 count Ada by Fabrics by Stephanie. Oh my gosh, my bangs. It's so good. I love the colors. That's actually showing the fabric pretty well. It just felt like the perfect cotton candy rainbow blendy kaleidoscope of color for a Wonderland stitch, because the arch comes up pretty far here. So we're gonna get these beautiful colors in there. Yeah, it'll be fun to give her a head. No more off with her head. Queen of Hearts can take a long walk. Anyways, I love it. I think it's so fun, and little details. The cards to the clock, the little drink me tag, the teacups. So good. So good. So pretty. Okay. This is a may or may not get work on it. I almost put it away because it's kind of been in hibernation for a couple of years. This is a Satsuma Street Stitch Along, Alice in Wonderland Stitch Along. And I got this far while it was actively going. And then I don't know what life events stopped my progress, but it's just not gotten a lot of love since then. unfortunately. It's so cute. This is just a 18 count Ada that I dyed. And yeah, pretty cute. But it's not gotten any attention recently. Can't tell you why, it just hasn't hit the spot for some reason. But I see it finished and I love it and I want to work on it. Just waiting for its moment. It's okay, it'll come. It's super cute. So we'll see. I stitch on Alice in Wonderland in February. So we'll see, you know, which ones hit the spot, because I've got several. And I'm in love with this one. Ugh. Oh no. I'll just take that needle out of there. So this is a very wrinkly Alice Meets the Caterpillar by Kyoko Muroka of Gara Stitching. I just found out through a floss tube that Creative Poppy website shut down on the 29th of December, and I'm heartbroken that I didn't know that was happening, because I would have definitely gone and bought a few more of her patterns that I've, you know, put in my cart and then put away. This is my start. He's so cute. This is not the greatest Ada. You know, it's got slubs and it's thin and I don't love it. In fact, I saw somebody else working on one that I was like, okay, maybe I'll finish this and then I'll stitch it again on fabric like that, because I adore how that looks. This is cute. There's nothing wrong with it. It's really happy. But that fabric was really cute. I wish I could remember which person. I've just had floss tube kind of running in the background of my life for the last week, which has been lovely. It's been lovely. There she is. I don't have Alice in yet. This year, it'll happen. So cute, so fun. This is a crushed strawberry. That's the color of the linen. Oh, anyways, it's been really fun I've watched some new people that are new to me, and some old goodies, old favorites. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm getting lots of inspiration. Okay, next. She Mad Hatter Dreams. Oh, anyway, so Creative Poppy shut down, and I'm so sad. I know, so I looked into it after they said that in their floss tube, and I was like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. That's been one of my favorite sources for foreign design. Sounds weird, but you know, people outside of the United States that are fabulous designers. So foreign designs, I guess. This is my start on this gorgeous gray, which is a discontinued color. It's steel gray, but there are a lot of grays that are really similar, so fear not. I did not work on this one last year. I was really into the Bella Filipina and then the Gara design. And so I just didn't pick this one up, but I would love to pick it up again, because really I've done the boring parts. Now I get to start doing all the fun colors. So she's so good. Anyways, it's true. So I keep getting distracted. Sorry, guys. Barbara Anna is still selling through her Ko-Fi. And then Gara does not have she does not yet have an English website. She does have her own website. It's all in Japanese. You can translate it to English. I have not tried to purchase anything through there yet. I will try at some point, and I will report back, because I love her charts. I love them. She has, I have not been able to get my hands on the pattern. She has an Alice in Wonderland wreath. It is so cute. She also has a Moomin wreath that's really cute too, but the Alice in Wonderland has my heart. But I have not seen that available anywhere. So if anybody has an inside scoop on that, let me know, because it's so cute and I would stitch that in a heartbeat. Quicker than a heartbeat. Alice in Wonderland tree. This was a new start last February, and it was mostly bones. I'm stitching it on my favorite feldspar. And I switched out the color for the tree itself. They called for it like 937. So it's this dark green. It's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But when I was looking for floss, I saw the variation 4045, it looks like it is. And I thought, oh, that could be so cute. And it feels very, you know, Wonderland is full of whimsy and the unexpected, right? So we've got some stripes. It's fun. I like it. I think it turned out really fun. And I'll bring it into some of the leaves as well, just so that carries through into other spots. Everything else, I'm just doing the charted DMCs on it. It's so cute. Saw somebody finish it last year and love it, love it, love, love, love it. I like Tiny Modernist. Who am I kidding? I really like pretty much everything. Okay, next section is my unicorn section. First in the lineup is Sprouting Lupines, the Unicorn's Garden, which I was making great progress on until I realized I had an error in the bottom section of the tree here, which made my I'd forgotten like 10 rows. Somehow my brain glitched and I just like jumped up in reading the chart. And so my entire fence, which was stitched, was in the wrong spot and the fence had to come out, and then that bottom portion of the tree. So put my big girl panties on last year, and the only work this got was pulling out everything that was in error, stitched in error, and now it's ready to move forward again. But it definitely was a bit of a buzzkill. You can see actually the little holes where there used to be stitches. Anyways, I will be excited to pick this up again. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. I'm stitching it on, what is this fabric? I do have the name for it, because I'm stitching this next project on the other half. I found out. Lock, 32 count lock by Picture This Plus. So it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let me plop this on the We've Seen It stack, and we will show the next design, which is another Tiny Modernist unicorn tapestry, which I am doing pretty much a full conversion on. I love it, and I've seen it stitched up and it's gorgeous, but I wanted a bit more. It's very bright, very bold. The oranges are almost neon and they work really well, but I just wanted it down a couple notches in intensity, so I have started a conversion on that from Stash, and I think it'll be gorgeous. So far, I love it. I'm excited to pull this one out again. I forgot how good it was. I love it. Okay, there's more. You know what? I'm gonna do something, you guys. I can't keep bending down. I'm gonna move my stack out of the basket and onto the table. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, that'll work. I don't think it'll fall over. Okay. Okay, next unicorn. Another Gara, the lady and the unicorn. Full coverage. You could find the right salmon and sub the fabric to that right salmon color, and that would reduce your stitches by thousands, but or hundreds. How many stitches are in this? A lot. Anyways, it would reduce your stitching drastically, but I find it juicy, the full coverage, and it's not big, so I am stitching. I did have a bit of a dye lot shift from one skein of the, I think it was 350 or something like that, to the next, but it's subtle enough that we're moving on. Once all those flowers get in there, I don't think you'll even see it. So, gosh, she's gorgeous. I love this. I have another one of a similar style. It's the full coverage, kind of tapestry effect. But it is Jane Austen. I should have started it for her birthday, but it's like I was in full holiday stitching. So, because isn't her birthday in November or something like that? Anyways, it's beautiful. It's so good. It's kitted. Maybe it'll get a start this year. We'll see. That is, since we're on the subject, and you'll hear about this in my next floss tube, my real floss tube, because this is an extra. That's one of the things. I'm only going to start new things if they come from my kit tub. But it's ready to go, so it's free game. Unicorn, blue flowers. This made my childhood My Little Pony heart sing. I love it so much. And I have the most ghosty start, but once you start getting some colors in here, this is going to be a really pretty fabric for it. It's another Bestitch Me. I don't have the color. I'll have to get more details on it, but I was part of the Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month Club a couple of years ago, and that was delightful. I loved everything I got, pretty much. Anyways, it's a 28 count Lugana from that club, and that's my ghosty little start on my My Little Pony unicorn here. She's so pretty. It'll be good. Once we get into those blues, she'll stand out a lot more instead of soft gray. Okay, this was a restart last year. I had originally started it on a lovely seafoam kind of minty color, kind of like my sweater here. But the call for flosses were very brown, which perhaps was really effective. The original is stitched on a black background. So perhaps I dove into this pattern the moment I saw it. So it's beautiful, but it didn't feel very ethereal unicorny to me. So I have swapped out the whites, basically. And it looks like once I get into it, I have also swapped out a few others. So I'm doing a conversion of my own from Stash. Right now, all I have is the first color in, which I used grits for. So it's just the softest hint of color, but she really reads white. She looks kind of funny without her third and fourth leg. And all of the details in her mane and everything come into the secondary and tertiary colors. But she'll be pretty. This is looks like an 18 count Ada. Yeah, 18 count Ada that I dyed. Plop. Okay. Oh, I can't even tell you how fast my finger was on fire when I clicked buy, add to cart, when this one came out at market last year. I love it so much. Gosh, it's good. So I immediately went to try to kit it up, and I didn't have any fabric that I liked. Tried several and wound up dyeing a 32 count. To use. Oh, and I've not worked on this since September because seasonal stitching took over, but in real life it's not quite as scratchy, the Ada or the linen, but a bit darker. Anyways, but I love it. Little start there. So pretty. A totally different vibe from my other, you know, kind of rainbow rainbow unicorns. Okay, so moving to the next section. So now we're in full coverage kits. Full coverage / kits. They're not all full coverage, but nearly there. And I have chosen, well, I've pulled out 8, or you'll see 7, I guess, because one of them is in the next video. But yeah, we'll see what happens. This is another one that I had the idea of working on, picking one and then working on it for 2 months, giving it like a day a week for 2 months. So we'll see how that goes. Cozy Cove by Dimensions Gold Collection. I haven't worked on this in a year or so, I don't think. I got a little Dimensions kits. So I stitch in hand, which means I crumple up my fabric and I just go for it, sewing method. And I can see how a hoop would be an advantage in Dimensions kits. I've completed a couple of them, but when you get 4, 5, sometimes 6 strands, it can be quite tiring for your hands. And I just went through a phase where my hands needed to kind of recover from the things I had put them through. And so this is my start. But I kind of abandoned all of my Dimensions kits for a couple of years. Just let them hibernate, age like the fine wine they are. I love this chart. It gives Charles Wysocki. I'm not sure if it's actually based off of one of his artworks or not. I have cut off the useful information because it didn't fit in my bag. But anyways, it's gorgeous. I love it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what it would be fun to do. It'd be really fun. Well, maybe just going down into this house. Or I guess it's, let's see. It's this house. I'm above this house, so I'm in this tree. Of course, Laura, it's literally right there. It's fine. Yeah, it would be really fun to get down into that house. End of thought. Apparently. We'll see what happens. This one reads very late summer, early autumn to me. But I don't know. You could interpret it as earlier in the year with those flowers on the trellis. Anyways, we'll see when it gets its slot. This one I started... So Luca S. kit, Along the River. It is, let's get the, there you go. Now you can see the image better. It is so peaceful. I love it. I love the flowers. I love the water. It's just, I want to live there. It's so peaceful. It's so pretty. And I love Luca S. kits. So... I gave it a little start. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. And then it may have been in my 12 by 12 even. That's possible. That's where we are, just at the corner of that house. But this one's full coverage. It's a biggie for sure. Yeah, but it would be fun to get more into it this year. So, all right, Dockside Quilts. This is a Design Works kit that I've had in my collection and frankly underway for 1,000 years. I don't know, I feel like this is easier to see the image on. I love it. I mean, quilts hanging on a line in the harbor. I want to live there. I want to live all these places. I've just been working on this corner so far. I'm anxious to get down into the houses and the boats and everything. Colors, I don't know what kind of floss this is. I'm convinced it's not DMC because it's a lot cleaner is perhaps the way to put it. DMC is a bit fuzzier. But oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It stitches up beautifully and the colors are so bright and clean and oh, I love it. I think I just did a little bit in the sky last year. Not much. Not much because I got distracted by this new start, which was my birthday or Christmas present from my mom. It's a Marejka kit. I've always wanted to do one of theirs. They have such gorgeous designs. This is Split Rock Lighthouse, which is on my bucket list to go see one day. Sounds like the jets are out today. I live near an Air Force base, so anyways, that derailed my brain quite a lot. So I started this last year. This is where I am. This is the edge of the cliff right here. So the lighthouse will sit here. And yeah, I would love to get the lighthouse in and then just fill in around it. It's so beautiful. There's another chart they have, another kit that is a train going over a bridge. Oh, I love that one. And then one with a crab apple tree. Mwah. There's always another one, right? Okay. This is my big beauty. She's so gorgeous. Into Dreamland by Letty Stitch. I love her. I love her. She's so beautiful. And this is where I sit with her. So it's hard to tell, but we're starting to get into her hair. It's not as big as you think it will be. I mean, it's thousands of stitches still, no doubt. I love it though. The little birds, so cute. Oh my goodness. I look forward to working on her. Okay, last full coverage. This one just has a small start. I started it at the end of August for the birthday of the national parks, which is August 25th in the United States. And I don't even need This is a lifetime project for me. If I don't like work on it monogamously. I don't even know how many stitches this would have. It doesn't actually say the stitch count. It just says that it's 26 by 17.8 inches. So big, massive. This is my glorious start. I like an upper right hand corner start, so I just counted out from the center to find my corner to make sure it was as centered as possible, and if it's a stitch or two off, who cares, it'll be fine. Yeah, I should pull the needle out of that though, because it probably won't get any more love until some other time this year. I don't know when that will be. Okay. My favorite section. Well, I like them all, whatever. I don't know that I have a favorite. Maybe I do. This is Nature's Journey by Sprouting Lupine. It was a 4-part stitch along in the Just Cross Stitch magazine through 2025. And this is on 32 count linen that I dyed. And I love it. I love the way the colors are popping off of it. I had ambitious goals to continue through the autumn section and create like a border basically of motifs and then be able to come up into the winter section. I'm just gonna have to like move down into the winter section if I want to work on it. But I love it. It's such a gorgeous chart. I love Sprouting Lupine stuff. This is called for DMCs. Yeah, I'd love to work on this again. Maybe I will. Sooner than later. Okay. Speaking of abandoned projects, the Pirates did not approve of of monthly requirements, so I started a temperature tracker. I've always wanted to do one, and I thought, you know, I've never lived in Utah before, 2 years ago, and so this would be an interesting place to track the temperature in. I did track the temperature, but I did not keep up with the stitch, so that's okay. I've got all the details I need to fill it in. It just becomes a WIP at this point, and that's fine. No skin off my nose. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I did work on the border. Have, you know, a lot more border to do, but so cute. We had a very cold January and early February last year. A lot more snow than we have had this season so far. Yeah, it'll be so cute. It's so fun though. The color palette, I mean, as it goes hotter, you know, the colors get warmer and brighter, and so it'll be really fun to see more colors on this. This would be a really easy one if I'm just in the mood to put in bones of a stitch, you know, borders and such. This is an easy one to bring out. This is stitched on. I'm sorry. They're very low today. Depending on what size of jet they fly, you know, the different jets have different volumes. Got some mascara. Cute. Anyways, yay, they're gone. What was I saying? Bones. Oh, this is stitched on the same fabric that my Moggy Manor is stitched on, that 14 count Mocha by Bestitch Me. Gorgeous. I was going to start a new temperature stitch this year, but there's a good likelihood that we are moving in the fall. So I would be in 2 different locations, which is fine. I had thought I would just, you know, scribble in some kind of indicator of a change in location. But I decided instead I will continue to work on my Utah one, and then wherever we settle, because we don't know, it could be just about anywhere. My sweater is so fuzzy. I did not. That's so funny. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I need to get one of those shavers, apparently. Anyways, we don't know where we'll be. My husband's career has us moving around for a little while. So, but it's not, we won't know till right before it happens. So, I thought it would be a good way to celebrate next January, when we've been there for a couple of months, wherever we are, I'll just start a new temperature checker then. And in the meantime, I'll keep working on that one. So, which is cute. That came across bad. The Visitor by the Blackberry Rabbit. This is being stitched on, it was being stitched with a floss tube friend. I have not heard from her. I've reached out. She came back briefly last year, and I fear her health is challenging. Anyways, I had kind of put it on hold, hoping she would be well enough to keep stitching with me. But I think I'm just going to keep moving on with good thoughts in my heart for her. Anyways, this is on Picture This Plus Glory. And I have nearly all of the bird done with the called for flosses. Time to move into that big, beautiful bee skip. Here come more planes. They're not bad most of the time. I just feel bad when I'm filming. I don't know how loud they are for you. Okay. Reolist kit. This is stitched with a wool acrylic thread, and it's so fun. It's so fun. I just started another Reolist kit that has the same fiber content in the thread, and it just feels like you're working on a tapestry. It's really cool. So this is with the kit supplies, and I just did the first block when I started it. So cute, so fun. I love an adorable calendar style project. I've done several of you can kind of see it in the corner behind me, several of the Frosted Pumpkin stitchery ones, and they continue to be some of my favorites to have hanging on the wall. So I love the February one. So cute. The little heart bubbles. And this one with the ladybug. I love that. And the happy owl. Another thing I love is owls, which is our next section to go into. Owls, owls, owls. 100 Owls by Owl Forest Embroidery. This is a free chart. They are very generous with their free charts. They're gorgeous. Where did I put my board? I tossed it on the done pile. We are not done yet. I need to get moving though. Moving schmoving. Okay, this is where we are. I'm doing my own color conversion. I am looking up each owl. They list the owls in the chart, what their scientific names are, and so I Googleize images and pick my flosses based off of the real owls, and that's been really fun. That's been really fun. This is where I am. I love that. I don't know what color fabric that was. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna do that. Oh, we're in nature. We're not in owls yet, but the owls are in nature, I guess. This is the Kingfisher by Sue Coleman. I love this. I do not have a very big start on it. I started in this Native American artwork part of it. Her designs are gorgeous. She does the very realistic art style. I'm not saying that right, but you know what I'm trying to say. She has a more realistic image of the animal depicted, and then she has the native art somewhere on the chart that echoes, that is that animal too. Anyways, it's gorgeous. She has a whole series of them. They're all beautiful. I love a good kingfisher though. They're beautiful birds. So it's my first one, and I'm stitching this on pewter by Picture This Plus. And like I said, I have a very small start. There are a lot of 3/4 stitches and quarter stitches to get those shapes. And that might be upside down. I think that's right. Yeah, it's the tail feathers. Anyways, it was slow. Takes a lot of attention to detail, but I would really love to work on this year. I'm fairly certain I said that last year, but you know, it's gonna happen. It's gorgeous, and I love that fabric. My first artsy housewife, Flora. So cute. I have a mystery mustard linen here that was perfect, and I'm stitching with the called for flosses. Oh, that's just delicious. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I'm gonna have to stitch Una as well. It's another one of her owls. So good. So good. And I am, or have been, in the Diana Bloom Designs Patreon. It's the only Patreon I'm in right now, because she does the most beautiful birds. So if you like bird stitches, oh my goodness, they're beautiful. And she got me with the tawny frogmouth owl. He's so cute. But she stitches them in the Roxy Flossco flosses. I'm working on a conversion for that because it's harder to get them right now. They have really fast shipping. They're easy to order from. It's really fast shipping. It's just, you know, anyways. They're beautiful. Highly recommend. I wish they were sold in the States. Anyways, this is a kit called Umbrella for Owl that my mother gave to me. It's number 1237, if that's useful to you. And I'm stitching it on a white linen. So cute. So cute. He's so curious. So fun. I don't remember if I worked on that one last year. Okay, In the Greenhouse by Mojo Stitches. I did In the Library. I finished that. Was that last year or the year before? Maybe the year before. Anyways, it hangs above my piano. I love it. It's so pretty. And I don't think the picture does the floss justice. I am using the called for cottage garden samplings, which are based in Australia. See all of these gorgeous flosses. They're totally worth the wait. It's worth it to buy the Roxy Floss Co. It's worth it to buy the cottage garden threads. They're beautiful. But just not quite as accessible. So I'm grateful to have these. I'm excited to do more than, you know, shelves. But, oh, and this is on 32 count navy beam by Lakeside Linens. That's what this fabric is. So it'll be fun to get more details in there. The colors are really cute. Blop. Okay. Summer Quaker by Leela Studio. Started this a couple years ago for the Hugo Stitchers Live in the Sunshine Sal. She has done a sal for pretty much all of the seasonal Quakers. And now it was like Pokemon, you've got to catch them all. So you got to stitch them all. But they're big projects, and I am a diversified stitcher, so I do not make fast progress. But that's okay. The bones are in on this one. And I nearly have this top border done. I would like to go this year, this summer, I want to go down into the center because there's really the bulk of the stitching is there. So if I could start getting different elements in and then keep going on that, I think that's the best approach to avoid burnout. Anyways, it's gorgeous. I'm stitching it on Picture This Plus sand, large and in charge with 28 count. My mother just stitched, oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you in the next video. She just stitched the winter Quaker. It's gorgeous. More to come. That's that. Okay, next Quaker. Must be my Quaker section. This is Coffee Quaker by Heartstring Sampler. I'm doing a full conversion to colors that I use in my kitchen because that's where I want to hang this. But I don't think I really worked on it last year. If I did, I don't recall. Anyways, that's okay. One of these days. This is where we are. It's on 36 count Fog Lifter by R&R Linens. And I'm stitching with 2 strands, so it's bulky, but fine, full, and fat. It's so pretty. That's my funky little start. It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be pretty. Are we at the full width yet? No. Anyways, that is that. Need to have like a Quaker day. Need to go back to having themes assigned to my days. That's an effective way for me to stitch. This is a small start. I think it was from last year. Sailor Moon Rainbow Transformation. It's an Etsy pattern by Samina Stitch. She's so pretty. And I can hardly wait to get, like, this is a rendering of the stitch, but they always look better in person. This is going to have thin margins. I was working with a scrap. This is a Nicholas Flamel. I think it's a 32 count, we decided. I don't know. It's a mystery. It's gorgeous though. So that's her start. She looks a little buggy right now because she has no eyes. I did have to pull something out. I don't remember what it was, but we had to reverse stitch for a little bit, which slowed progress. But that's her collar is there and beginning of her face. Anyways, but so the edges will be close, but I have several ideas. Someone said to put her on a tote bag, and I kind of love that idea. I think that would be super cute. Or on a project bag. I've done a couple of cross stitch finishes on project bags, and I've loved that. You can even just do a soft finish and, you know, hang her basically as seen with a little binding edge. Lots of options. She'll be great. Who cares about small margins? We'll just adapt. I'm very adaptable. Okay, this one also comes from the Cross Stitch Happy Days by Kiyoko Moroka, and I meant to pull that book. It's across the room. Anyways, you've got the information. You'll see it when I pull it out. I'll pull it out next time for realsies. I'm sorry that I don't have it. But this is called Watcher of the Skies. This was a sci-fi July start for me. And it'll be really sweet. It has this great, so it's like a lady with a cityscape outline, and then there's an arch that creates the skies and all the different celestial bodies out there. It's really cool. Really pretty color palette too. So that would be fun. It was fun, even just what little I have there. But I was thoroughly distracted by UFO and Rabbit this past July, which required some ripping. A lot of ripping, actually, in the grass. But it's okay. We pulled it out, put back in the right color, and then did oodles more in the arch. And I love this project. I love it so much. I love Una Buena Pieza patterns. The next one you'll see is one of her patterns too. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. It's so cute. And I love that the UFO sits outside of the arch. It'll be up, you know, up here. Or up here, I guess, more that area. So cute. I love it. This one might come out before July because, you know, it's got bunnies and mushrooms, and we can find excuses to stitch that before July. Okay. This is Space Sky by Una Buena Pieza as well. And I don't have, again, I think I'll try to go through and insert pictures. I'll try to do that. We'll see how my head handles editing today. It's kind of rocky, you guys. Anyways, this is my start. I added everything pink pretty much. And the moon. I want to say I added the moon too. Anyways, we got a little bit. If I add a color every year, it'll take me 10 years, but who knows? Sometimes I just do little pieces at a time, and sometimes I get thoroughly smitten with a project and I just power it out. I did notice for sure that I got distracted by smaller projects last year, and so some of my bigger projects didn't get as much attention as they might have otherwise. So I will probably limit my small projects starts this year and try to focus on more of my WIPs, my bigger WIPs, because I love them. Like this one, not the Magister yet. I got it off of Etsy and I love it. I love what they did with the, you know, space sunset there. And having C-3PO and R2-D2 in there. I mean, it's just so good. I'm stitching this on 32 count cauldron. This is another one that had major rip outs, but then is back on track. And I don't think I really worked on it last year. I love to work on this when I'm actually watching Star Wars. And I didn't have access to Star Wars entertainment last year, so it's just an excuse. It's just a weird little brain thing, but but he's so cute, and it's gonna be really fun. Be good to get more green in on him. But I'm really excited to work on that lower portion, kind of watercolor area. Okay, let's cuddle and watch Star Trek, which is my one true passion. I switched out the fabric on this one. It is meant to be a full covered stitch. Woof City to that. I would never finish it. So I have this fantastic red, and it's just laziness that has kept me from stitching all the words. It's not hard. I just have to be in the mood for white stitching. So this is by Stitch on Etsy again. And the fabric is Phoenix by Picture This Plus. Fabulous. It's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And I added a few letters in last year. A few. I'm pretty sure it said La D before. So I think I added TS and the beginnings of Uddle. It's fun. Okay. The next two charts, I apologize. They are patterns you cannot get your hands on anymore. They were Etsy designs, and the shops have been closed for whatever reasons. But I do want to try to finish them this year, so I thought they were worth showing one more time in a WIP Parade. This is Totoro in Hydrangea. And I'm stitching it on 30 count Weeks linen in lilac. It's just a scrap with the called for DMCs. And he's so sweet. We're just about to get down into the fun blue flower part, and I love Studio Ghibli. I would like to have more stitches of Studio Ghibli. Do a whole little corner. The next one is Starry Night, which is so pretty. Another little circular full coverage. So I don't know if this one will actually get finished, but I do want to work on it. And I don't know what the fabric is. Don't have any information on it, but this is my progress. So, you know, nearing in on a quarter complete. I don't think I worked on this one this year though. It was all about the UFO and the bunny. Okay, a little nerdy stitch, or a big nerdy stitch rather, that I thought I would get a lot of work on because I'm very enthused about the project, but my stitchy situation has undergone a lot of testing in the last year, and working on really dark fabric has been a challenge. So this is Master Sword and Ocarina. It's a Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda stitch, and it's gorgeous. I wish I had more done on it. Oh, the fabric is Slate by Fabrics by Steph. It's gorgeous. Also, it too is gorgeous. I don't know if you'll be able to see the coloring well, but there's a green, forest green kind of, yeah, it's not going to show. It's going to wash out. But there's that forest green kind of undertone under the black, and it's just deep and rich and beautiful, and it's perfect for the palette of this stitch. But the dark fabric was proving really challenging, so I need really good light, I have found, and small stints for dark fabrics for me right now. I'm trying to figure out my migraines, you guys. We're gonna get an MRI. We'll see what they say. Anyways, this is Come to the Garden by Teresa Kogut, which is originally in red. We'll see if I can find, I know I have a picture somewhere in my main pictures, but I'm doing a color conversion. This is my inspiration. This is something I do with my quilting a lot, is I'll borrow pictures from the internet to get a palette or a concept, and then I build my quilts off of that. And so I decided to do the same thing with cross stitch. Get the moods, get the vibes, kind of get the colors. And that's what I'm going for in this color conversion. It's a full conversion. It's being stitched on 36 count Cobblestone by Atomic Ranch. And there's not going to be a good way to show you this because I've only worked on the border so far. I am stitching 1/2 on this one. You can see we've got well, hopefully you can see, got a lot of the blues in. We're starting to get some of those juicy greens, and it's hard to tell, but this is actually like a green teal in that bloom. It's not showing very well, but that's the full first bones of the border there. And I would love to actually break into the center and maybe get that first motif of flowers or something going. This is so pretty. So pretty. I'm very excited about this one. But I haven't worked on it since when did I start it? Doesn't say. I want to say it was March-ish, maybe April. Anyways, I haven't worked on it since last spring, I don't think, because I just got distracted. So many good projects. Cicada's Song Sampler by Cosford Rise. Let's see if I can get, that's lower glare. I'm stitching this on the called for color of linen, which is vintage country mocha. It's a different count. They did theirs on 36. I'm doing mine on a 32, I think. But it's so gorgeous. It's so good. Oh my gosh, called for floss. It's just juicy, isn't it? It's just so pretty. So pretty. Border is fiddly. Lots of starts and stops. Worth every bit of it. Ah, I love it. I love it so much. I don't even think the top border is completely like filled in yet. No, it's not. I love it. This is definitely a summer project in my brain, but I love it. Something to look forward to. So we are in samplers, which is my last section. Yeah, last section. So we're in the home stretch here, my friends. Heart in Hand by Brenda Gervais. The only information I have on this fabric is a handwritten Agatha Orphan, I think. I've had the chart for a long time, had kind of been looking for the right fabric, and all I have so far is bones. Ooh, ah. But I love this grayed out denim color. It's gonna be really pretty once you get those reds and the cherry blossoms or strawberry blossoms, whatever they are, along the top. They're just gonna pop. It'll be so pretty. All those little sheep. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So I just have one more little section down here, and then the framing is in. And I am stitching this, it looks like it is 2/2. I seem to recall starting that 1/2, and it just didn't have the, it wasn't bold enough. I don't know, it just was a little too fadey. This was a birthday start 2 years ago. That's when I discovered a love for samplers. This was one of my first historic samplers. And the only changes I'm making to it are, you can see the words are not centered, which I'm sure are how Little Charlotte did it, but is how Little Charlotte did it. But it drives me crazy. It just breaks my brain. So I've just centered the phrase a little bit. I haven't even really changed the spacing between the letters or anything. I've just shifted the lines so that they're more centered to the border. And this is where we are. I don't know how far down that side border. Oh, it goes clear down. So I'll open that up. There we go. Oh, this fabric. Oh, this fabric. It's so good. It's a Bestitch Me. It is mocha. So this is the linen version of that Ada. And it is scrumdiddly. I love it. Another one. I would take a yard in a heartbeat. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And these colors look so good on it. Love, love, love it. So pretty. Oh, avalanche. Okay. Sampler Hill by Brenda Gervais. Picture doesn't do the colors justice. It is so pretty because I am using the call for colors, and just look how different this looks. I love this. So pretty. It's so fresh. So unexpectedly fresh, the colors. I want to say, if I remember right, I added in the grass line and this last spring. Something like that. So I've got a little bit of stitching in on it. This is being stitched on Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. And I love it. It's just the softest, peachy loveliness. So pretty. Such a fun stitch. Really cute. Okay, this is Simple Life by Teresa Kogut. Ugh. And then I'm stitching this on 32 count, picture this plus Heartland. Yes. And I was really enjoying working on this last year, and then I ran out of floss I needed. I don't even know what color it was. I'm gonna have to look at it more closely because I would like to work on this ASAP. It's so pretty. Oh goodness, so cute. I love it. Such a peaceful scene. And I love the little ducks. I mean, I love everything about it. The ducks, the little bees floating around this funky long-legged bird. It's got to be some kind of heron or something. Ah! So good. A brick house. I'm a fan of a brick house. They're fun to stitch. Okay. Lord's Prayer, Leela's Studio. This had a very sad story that has been resolved. Apparently last year was the year of fixing problems. What a positive thing. I had started this. I stitched I was working on the center oval of leaves. It did not match. I ripped it out. I stitched it again. It did not match again. We cried some tears. And finally, on the third time, we found the real errors, and I had to rip out like pretty much the whole thing. But the problem was the phrase, the verse in the middle, was not going to fit. It was going to affect, it was not fudgeable. It was not fudgeable. So I'm grateful to say it is all done. The bones are in, and now we just get to do the fun parts. So it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I am doing a partial conversion, so I've swapped out, this is bean sprout or pea pod, one of those flosses, and then it looks like, yeah, the vine is also an overdyed. So I've swapped out a couple of greens so far, and the verse, I think it was charted for in black or 3799 or something like that, and I'm using Brethren Blue. But beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. This is Heartland as well. This linen. So beautiful. I would love to make considerable progress on this year. Now that we're green lighted past all the the flubs. Okay, this was a new start. It had a bit of a hiccup just as I was figuring things out because I converted it from the DMCs to silks. And I was given a collection of silks last year very generously. And I'm very excited to use them because they're stunning. But I had two different brands of silk, which I'll show you here. And they were different thicknesses, which makes sense. They're different manufacturers. But it had me debating 1 to 2 strands. So the outer border is 2, it's a Gloriana, and then the inner stitching, which is going to be the Aversois, is going to be 1 strand. This is on a mystery 32 count helix by Picture This Plus. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's so pretty. Here, let me hold a quarter of it because that's easier. So River Drift House Needlework Designs is the company. I was calling it the pattern River Drift House for quite a while, but the pattern is actually called Must Fly Sampler. And I'm not sure where you can get these, unfortunately, my friends. because I got it from Creative Poppy. So right now they do have, if you go onto Creative Poppy, the site is still up. You cannot purchase anything, but the site is up, and they do have a link to the people who have their own websites or have different places, alternate places to sell right now. That information is available. So if you're interested, I would check it out while that's still live. Anyways, I love everything about this. It's so cute. The sheep, the birds, that happy little moon in the corner. What really drew me in is this like tile work, tapestry, quilt section. So good. The border is so different from other borders I've seen too. Anyways, I just love it. It's so good. I should pull that out. That would be wintry. Okay. This one I'm going to try. It's a push, but I think a doable push to get this done this year. Birds of a Feather. It's a discontinued Brenda Gervais, which I did not know when I bought it. I got lucky because they had all the parts. I may have even bought it when it was current, honestly. Because I bought this. This was one of the first patterns I bought when I went to, when I lived in Portland and found, oh my brain, the fabulous shop there, which has a name. Anyways, this is my start. It's big. It's got to at least be a 28 count, maybe even a little bit bigger. But it's just a Lugana I had at the time. And a very small selection of materials when I started this, and it was really the beginnings of using overdyed floss and discovering that, you know, there were designers out there outside of Dimensions and Debbie Mom and Precious Moments. Yeah, I think I stopped working on this because I ran out of bark, but I have since acquired more. So we've got to get into that hill and the tree. I mean, that's all that's left, right? It's doable. Lots of stitching in the hill, but it's fun stitching. It's so pretty. It's so, so pretty. I love it. Anyways, it'd be good to make progress at the very least on this. A very good spring project. Okay. This one I have done no work on, but I have come to a decision. So I've talked about this in my last couple of not floss tubes, but WIP parades. Consider the Lilies. I started this the year it came out. So March 2020. I might have started it in April for Easter or something like that. But I can remember where I was when I started it. That's funny. Anyway, so I started it. It's gorgeous. I adore the fabric I have, but I tucked it away. We had a couple of moves, pulled it back out, and I wasn't sure I started at 2/2 on 36 count. And I wasn't sure I was happy with how poofy it was, because I had seen since then the New Hampshire stitcher and other people had stitched this, but with one, and it was so pretty, and it would use half as much floss, and, you know, quandary. And then I messed up. I flubbed on this bloom here and it had to be pulled out. So I lost all of my momentum, and I debated starting it over again with one strand over two. The fabric I've measured is not big enough to just use a different part. I would have to pull this out, which is to the pain. That's not going to happen. So it's just sat. And I finally decided I like fine full fat stitches. It's really pretty. The colors are going to show up a little bit more vibrantly because of that. And when the time is right, I'm just going to move forward. We're going to move forward because it's gorgeous. And there's nothing wrong with poofy stitches. It's not distorting the fabric in any way. It's so pretty. So we will be moving on at some point. Maybe again in the spring, maybe at Easter time, I'll pull this out again. And this would be an excellent motif a week. Some of them are beefy, but there are so many little parts. If I ever became consistent enough, that could be an option for at least the smaller motifs to get progress. So we'll see, But I love it. It's beautiful. I've loved it since I saw it. Vanity sampler. So pretty. Again, so much prettier in person. I don't have a ton done on it, but I already love it. I am stitching this with MPI silks that I was gifted. I'm so excited to be using those on this gorgeous Regency. Picture this plus linen. It's a 36 count. I just have some bones in pretty much. Oh, that showed the green pretty well there for a brief second, a flash of accuracy. Yeah, so not a ton, but some bones are in. I love it. I am going to change the phrase because this feels very nature inspired. And so I've chosen a John Muir quote, which if you're not familiar with who he is one of the, he's kind of credited with being one of the grandfathers of the national park system in the US. And, but he I don't know, he's a very interesting individual, and I could wax on about that, but we're in a WIP parade, so I'm going to shut my trap and say the quote is, "Climb the mountains and get their good tidings. Nature's peace will flow into you as sunshine flows into trees." He was very poetic. Anyway, so I'm going to swap out the original phrase for that. And then I might chart like John Muir down here or something like that in that hole. Which, as you can see from the original historical sampler, there's a gap there. There's a large possibility it had the name of the stitcher or something like that, because they often had like age, name, year, or something like that. Anyways, artistic license. So it'll be gorgeous. I think I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think I'd chosen 12 samplers to like pick one a month and get work on. So, I mean, we'll see. Again, the last, no, 2 more. So second to last is the green bean sampler, Jenny's Bean Garden by Shakespeare's Peddler. This was my first Shakespeare's Peddler. I'm a little bit obsessed. I am loving so many of this designer's charts. They're so good. So good. I dyed a piece of 32 count linen for this, and I'm using the called for flosses. Oh, that does not show well. So that's better. That's better. Oh, it's so pretty. I loved stitching on this. That's why that's a bigger start, because this was a new start in April last year. And somewhere I had written down what color this was close to. It's like 932 or something like that. It's a greeny blue as far as my linen goes. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't wait to get this one back out. I love it. So good. I'm a big fan of like florally interesting borders. I call these the carrots. They're not really carrots, but they make me think of carrots every time I see them. I love these little ducks. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. Can't wait to pull that out again. Probably in March for that one. All right, and last but not least is Marianne Kopp, which is a beauty. And I was totally inspired to dive into this project because of House of Stitch and Stash on Instagram. She gets me in trouble all the time. She has the most impeccable photography for her work and spectacular stitching as well. But she picks such beautiful, elegant projects. I wanted to stitch this one. So this is 36 count Tycho. which is this buttery yellow. It's so pretty. Oh, it's showing up okay. It's so pretty. I love it. Not much yet, but a solid start. I had one purple bloom in. So they have, the blooms go red, yellow, and this is purple and blue. And I had one of those in, and it was so pretty, and then it was totally wrong. So I had to come out. It was a very sad story. It was a very sad story. Anyways, that's okay. We've got most of the yellows in for that top border. I definitely need to work my way down one side or something so I can get into that house in the grass, because that's going to be the Wolf City part of the project. Everything else will be fun and easy, and then it'll be fun too, like, don't get me wrong, but I mean, that's a lot. That's the body of the stitching is down there. So if I can work down one side either way and get to that, and then again, kind of like with the Summer Quaker, you know, get a little bit of work on the dense stitching and then do some light airy stuff and then come back to the dense stitching. I think that'll be a good way for me to retain interest. And that is everything, you guys. That is the gist. So I hope to get stitches in all of those, considerable stitches into some of them. And yeah, I'm not gonna set a lot of rules this year. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more focused, a little more intentional, but I'm just not gonna say any firm rules, other than I would like any new starts I have to come from my kitted projects in my buckets, which, I don't know, would you guys want to see those? I've got quite a few. We've done it before, but you know, it could be fun to revisit. It might, kind of like with the WIP Parade, like I had to go through every single project, and it kind of showed me what I was interested in and leaning towards and feeling enthusiasm for this year. And it's different every single year, right? Maybe what was interesting last year, 2 years ago, is not as much, and what wasn't is. So let me know. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and going through all my projects. I am really excited for this year's stitching. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a good year. So 2026, let's make it the best we can, right? And yeah, happy stitching. I hope you find, I am going to try to hibernate as much as I can this winter. I think that'd be really good to just have a calm, quiet, cozy. I had a crazy, busy fall through Christmas, and it was good. It was good crazy, but I'm ready to rest with the world, so with the earth. Yeah, we'll wake up again in the spring. Hopefully we'll get lots of stitching. You can kind of see I've got some quilting things starting to trickle into life again. I'm starting to get my room set back up after having company over, and the gears are spinning. So I will be back soon, sometime in the next week, with the first floss tube of the year, where we'll go over what I've actually been working on most recently, and then we'll really talk plans. So, and yeah, okay. I'll stop rattling at you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, my friends. Happy stitching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon.